Hi, welcome. This video is all about poses that we can do during our labor. What you'll need is a blanket or a towel that you can sit on, and then access to a wall or a chair or maybe even a countertop. And I'll tell you when we get closer to that point of our practice that you'll need to access that. But for now, we're just gonna find a nice comfy seat, fold up your towel underneath your hips so that you can sit up a little bit higher. We're gonna start with some meditation and connection, followed by the breath and then some movement. All right, so getting nice and comfortable, legs however you want, then extend or cross. You can even kneel if that feels good. And sit up nice and tall, roll those shoulders up and down the back and just close the eyes or softly gaze at the floor. Relax the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Just take some deep breaths all the way down to your baby. Just settling in, unclenching the hips, the butt, the jaw, making sure the feet, the hands are relaxed. Connection to your breath. The breath is always present. The hardest part is connecting to that presence, so we connect to our breath. And we can do those both at the same time, then we can connect to peace. Just bring your hands to your baby. You can do the yoni mudra, which is the thumbs together, pointer fingers together, or just hands on the baby. And just feel the belly expand on the inhale into your hands. And then on the exhale, the baby hugs in tight. And then sending some gratitude down to your baby, from your heart to their heart, or hearts, depending on if there's more than one. Take a big inhale and exhale. And then just a mantra that you can have throughout this practice is, my body knows what to do. My body is wonderful. So all through labor, delivery, no matter what kind of delivery you're having, our bodies are supporting us the best that they can. So mentally, we need to support them as well and have trust and faith. So inhale and exhale. My body knows what to do. You can say it out loud. You can say it to yourself. It's cultivating that trust. One big inhale and a loud exhale. So next part we're going to do is some breath work. It's called vocal toning. Vocal toning is very important during the laboring process because we want to make sure that we aren't clenching our throat. We're opening the throat, we're opening the mouth, and we're on the inhale, we're sending the breath in, and the exhale, we're trying to let the air move out. And so an open throat, a relaxed jaw, is actually correlated to a relaxed pelvis and a relaxed pelvic floor and vagina. So which you want if you're having that type of delivery. So it can be maybe a little embarrassing if you're not used to being very vocal. So it's perfect that we're virtual right now, and maybe you're home alone, maybe you're not. But I'll show you a couple as we're seated, and then we're going to do a few in child's pose, so our heads down, and then that way you can be in your safe confines. But this vocal toning you can do throughout this entire video series just to practice making those sounds. It's going to sound very primal, but the more you practice, the easier it'll get. And while you're in your laboring part of labor, you won't really care what you sound like anyway, hopefully. So it's a big inhale, and then it's just pretty much like a loud sigh or exhale. You just really want to relax the throat and just feel it all relax, just kind of wave through you. So inhale, and then exhale. So we're adding some sound in there, which the sound helps us to be more present. And then also that open mouth and then opening the throat allows us to open up this area. Even if you are having a C-section, this is great to practice anyway, just to be more present and just to allow your pelvic floor to relax as well. All right, so we're gonna do that breathing, but we're gonna go into a child's pose. So I like to take the towel underneath my knees, just so it's padded. As we open the knees really wide so that our belly has room to fit. So we're in our third trimester, the belly is getting a lot bigger. So then we can walk forward. Depending on how far to your due date you are, you might not be able to go that far. If you can put your head down, great. If you can't, stay up on your forearms. Really trying to neutralize the spine here. It's great for the low back. It's great for the hips. If there's any pinching, sharps, shooting sensations, please back off this pose. Just allow the belly to relax. Big inhale. And exhale. Okay, now we're gonna add our vocal toning. Okay, so we inhale. And let it go. Again, inhale. And go. One more big inhale. Just settle in there. Feeling into the hips. Trying to relax the ankles. Slowly we're gonna come up, walk those hands in, keep the knees wide. We'll make some circles. Forward and around. Circling into the hips. Trying to get the hips nice and loose for a baby to come through them. And you can add your vocal toning if you want. Inhaling forward, exhaling around. Feeling into the body. Making sure it feels good. Again, just reminding you all of these poses, all of these movements, as long as you're not wired up in your hospital room, you can do during your labor. As long as your doctor says it's okay to. Inhaling forward, exhaling around. Inhaling forward, exhaling around. Make sure you go both directions. Trying to make big circles, forward and back. and we'll come up to center. Bring the knees in just so you get some more support. Spread your fingers wide. We'll do some cat poses. So normally we do cow and cat, but in the 3rd trimester, we get a lot of weight going on here, and really arching the back too much is hard. So if you want to do a little tilt of the pelvis, just if it feels good, go ahead for the cow. But otherwise, you can come right to a neutral spine. So we'll inhale in the neutral spine or cow, and then we'll exhale to cat. Really tucking the tailbone down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to your cat. Really spread the shoulder blades apart. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. While we're here, I call these barrel rolls. There's names for everything, so take it or leave it, but we're going to basically make circles with our rib cage. So we're going to start down, going to your right, going up like you're going to cat, and then over to your left. Baby and the ribs are making a circle. Switch. Sometimes switching is hard. Down, left, up, and round. All right. Good. From here, I'm going to take one leg forward into a nice wide lunge. So you're going to feel like your foot is all the way to the edge of the mat and your knee is in the other edge of the mat. If you need a block, blocks are great to add in here. I didn't say to grab one of those before, but always awesome to have extra props around to lift the flow up to you. So we're just gonna lean forward into this right foot or front foot, whatever foot's forward. Really stretch out the hip flexor. Breathing into that front of the hip. Making sure you're not overstretching, but you're feeling a stretch. You're just gonna send your hips back. You can lift the toes. So like a little bit wider of a half split. And then from here, you can either flow forward and back, or make a little bit bitty circles with the hips. Just going forward and around. Use your block. The movement is nice. Just kind of get in all those little areas that might be tight. Your circle might seem weird at times, but just kind of feeling in this lunge, moving around. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is I'm gonna turn towards you all. You're gonna turn this shin and extend the leg that was just in front out to the side. This nice long line. And then from here, you can either keep your hands on your hip or you can walk your hands, and I'll show you both. So you're just gonna turn the toes out. So this is nice and wide. You're gonna lean into this foot and then lean away. Just lean in and lean away. If you need to pat up that knee and you haven't already, I want to do that. Take care of yourself. Knee and away. This is the other way, just crawling over, crawling back. Staying low. So whatever feels good. Whatever you have room for. Okay, coming back to center. Turn the toes to face forward. You're welcome to stay up here if you feel a good enough stretch, or you can lower down to your forearms. Getting a little bit deeper here. If you want to sit back into the heel, you can. Taking some rocks. Just making sure you're not crushing baby while you're doing that. Going forward, going back. Really opening up those inner thighs. All right. Slowly come back up on our hands. We'll bring the knees back together, and then we'll do the other side. So the other leg will come forward, whether that's your left or your right. And grab your block so you can stay up high. And we'll lunge forward. Sinking those hips down, lifting your chest, pulling those shoulders back. Big inhale and exhale. Add sound to the breath if you need it to come back to the present moment. And then we'll go to half splits. Keeping that leg wide so your belly has space. Breathing into the underside of this leg, lengthening it out. And we'll come back forward. We'll make some circles. If you just want to sway front and back like this, you can. Sometimes the circles here just adds a little bit more. And you can go any way with your circles. Try both directions. Sometimes it's normal just to go clockwise all the time. So just kind of switching it up. All right, so I'm going to kind of switch up facing you, but you're going to take the leg that was forward and you're going to straighten it out And that knee that you were on, you're gonna turn to the side. Okay. So it should be the other way that we were doing. So again, if you're here, you can stay down and walk over to the foot and bend the knee and then extend it when you go away. Walking over and coming back. If you feel like you have this, hands under your hips, lean into it and lean away. This could be something that you can hang on to. So you have a chair or a countertop, or even if the wall's right by you, you can do that. Just feeling into this. Stretching out this inner thigh. Let's do one more. Good. We'll bring our hands down. If they're not already there, turn the toes face forward. You can stay up or lower down to your forearms. And curl the back toes under and rock back and forth, or just stay still. You can add vocal toning in here, or any of the breathing exercises you've learned. Connecting the breath with the movement. Connecting breath, body, and the movement. All right, slowly come up on the hands. Bring your knees together, come back to our tabletop. We're gonna take our right leg, or either leg back, not picky. And then we're just going to stretch into the calves, pushing back into that heel, pushing the floor away, hugging baby up and in. We're gonna lift this leg up and just cross it over. And then you can look back at your heel, or you can place the edge of your foot down and stretching out the outside of your right hip. Connect with your breath. Now this one is more just a stretch. I don't know if you should do this one during labor. We don't want to close everything up, but if you need to get the outside of that hip, this is a great stretch for this. Slowly bring that foot back and we'll switch sides. So we're stretching the calves and the ankles so we can get into some deeper poses that are coming up next. If they're not stretched out, it's harder to get in some of those poses where we can really relax. And it's very common in our third trimester where we can cramp in our calves and our ankles get swollen. All the fun things. If you roll forward, you can get more of the bottom of the foot. If you push back, you get it more into the calf. You'll lift this foot up, place it to the other side. You can look back, stretching out the left side, or you can place that foot down. Connecting with the breath. Slowly we come back. Left knee comes down. Next, what we're gonna do is our deep squat. If you know you already have really tight calves and ankles, using the blanket is helpful, or you can roll up the backside of your mat so that you have a little bit of elevation. And if you don't need it, you don't need it. So it's good. You can open your feet about as wide as you need. If you feel like it's wider than your mat that you need, I would turn to the side, or just, you can do this against the wall as well. It's perfectly fine as well. Or if your partner is here, you can hang on to your partner or anything in front of you. We're gonna inhale and sit down on the exhale. So if you notice your heels are still lifted, roll the towel up a little bit more. Adjust, get in here. Now lift your chest. We want to relax the pelvic floor here. So let's do a few rounds of our vocal toning while we're here. And relaxing the face, relaxing the throat. So we'll take a big inhale and exhale. Now 3 rounds of vocal toning. Inhale. Close your eyes if you need to. Inhale. All right. Slowly take your hands down. You can stretch out your legs if you need to. So we're gonna kind of come up. We're gonna head over to a wall, a chair, countertop. Most places you go have a wall. So, you know, be as creative as you need to. First, we're gonna just start with a down dog against the wall. This is a modified down dog that you can do at any time. So you're just gonna put your hands kind of right in front of you. And then we're just gonna walk back. And just let the chest sink down. You can bend the knees if it feels good. Maybe walk it in a little bit. Opening the feet so baby can hang down. Opening up the chest. Deep breaths here. Add some sound if you need to. If it's too much, you can always come up a little bit more or bend your knees more. All right, slowly to come out of this, slowly come up. You're gonna keep your hands, you're just gonna walk them up slightly, walk in a little bit slightly. You're just gonna make some hip circles. Now your hands can go, or you can place your forearms down and just circle the hips forward, around, and back. Practicing these moves before you go in to the hospital is best. You might not need the wall right now, but just to kind of feel how that is with the wall to support you. Could even be your partner. Inhaling forward, exhaling around. Creating space for the baby to peacefully exit. When it's supposed to. And switch forward, around, and back. All right, slowly we come up from here, staying close to the wall. We're gonna stretch out the booty. We're gonna cross this right ankle to the thigh, and then sit down, standing pigeon or figure 4. What's nice about a chair is you can actually like hang on the wall, just kind of here. You can lean forward into it. And we'll come up and we'll switch. Cross the ankle and sit down. Slowly come up. Let's take a quad stretch just to open up that thigh again. And probably not one you'll probably want to do in labor, but you're feeling like your quads are super tight, especially from those squats, and you have a moment to breathe and just stretch that out, I recommend doing so. All right, and we'll come back to our mat. All right, so we're gonna do what's called rocking cat. All right, so we come to our tabletop, we go to our cat pose. We're gonna push the floor away, so we really arch that back. Think Halloween cat, chin tucked, and we're gonna do what's called rocking cat. So we're gonna go back and forward, back and forward, all while keeping that hunch back here. If you need to open your knees wider, you can do that. And you can add that vocal toning to this. Your exhale will be when your hips go back towards your heels, letting out that powerful sigh. Trying not to hold your breath. All right. Coming to a seat. Little butterfly. Feet slightly out in front of you, more of a diamond shape here. We'll take an inhale, we go forward and around. There's a common theme, a lot of circles, a lot of spiraling, a lot of movements. Helps us to be present, helps this energy flow. And come back to that mantra we started with. My body knows what to do. I trust that my body knows what to do. My body is capable of giving birth to this baby. Positive things that you can say to yourself so you don't get trapped in that web of fear. Switch. Inhaling forward, exhaling. Coming up to a nice long spine. Just being still, letting that swirling just go through the body. And finding, you can keep your legs here, just finding a nice, comfortable seat. We'll inhale those arms up, reach them up, and exhale, pull them down in the center. Again, inhale, reaching up, and exhale. One more, inhale, and exhale. One hand to your heart, one hand to your baby. Connecting with the breath. Connecting with baby. Just closing the eyes and just feeling for any movements, feeling the warmth from your hands, warmth from your heart, warmth from your baby. Connect those two. I trust my body knows what to do. Big inhale and exhale. Bow to your baby. Thank your baby. Thank yourself. Thank your body. Thanks for joining me today. Practice this as often as you can. And remember all these poses when you go in to deliver your baby or babies. Have a great day. Thank you.